My name is Maya. 21. And I'm blind. Car crash. 5 years old. Shards of glass flew straight into my eyes. Since then, the world has been nothing but ghosts and shadows. Even the brightest light is just a blur. But I learned to survive. 2019, I got a job as an operator. Moved into a high-end apartment with Cole. He was loaded. Gentle. When I traced his face, I felt the high bridge of his nose. The sharp, perfect jawline. He could have had anyone. Any girl with working eyes. You know what, he'd say. I just want to protect you. I was grateful. Lucky. After all the tragedy, I found him. Until that night. I came home from work. Silence. I called his name. No answer. Then, my phone buzzed. A text. Not a voice note. Text. I had to let the screen reader speak it out in that cold, robotic voice. Maya, urgent business trip with the boss. Won't be back until tomorrow. Red flag. He knew I couldn't see. He never texted. I called him immediately. Straight to voicemail. I stood there. Frozen. A bad feeling started to crawl up my throat. Tightening. I needed to calm down. I walked to the kitchen, opening the bottom freezer drawer. Reaching for the ice cream Cole bought me. The top drawer was stuck. Frozen shut. I yanked it hard. It should have been empty. But it was heavy. The momentum was massive. It flew out and slammed into my knees. I grabbed it to steady it. And then, the smell hit me. Metallic. Copper. Blood. It was faint but unmistakable. A blind girl's nose never lies. Something happened to Cole. Chapter 2. I forced my muscles to lock. I reached into the freezer. Grabbed the pint of ice cream. And then my knuckles brushed it. Something soft. Warm. Still radiating heat. Cole. Or a piece of him. I didn't let myself wonder which part. My hand twitched toward my pocket. Phone. 911. No. I froze. The metallic tang of blood wasn't the only thing in the air. There was something else. I'd smelled it the second I walked through the door. Stale sweat. Cheap incense. The musty scent of unwashed cotton. I'd dismissed it. Thought it was coming from an open window. I was wrong. It wasn't drifting. It was following. Every room I walked into, that smell was there. Hovering. Vance. He was right behind me. I bit the inside of my cheek. Forced a slow, steady breath. Stand up. I shoved the freezer drawer back. Slammed the heavy door shut. Thud. I turned, my face a mask of boredom. He hadn't attacked. He was just shadowing me. Step for step. I didn't know why. I didn't care. I only knew one thing. If he realized I knew he was there, I was dead. If I reached for my phone, I was dead. I had to play the part. The oblivious blind girl, I sank onto the sofa. Routine. Just another Tuesday night. I started shoveling the ice cream into my mouth. Usually, I savored a pint like this for minutes. Tonight, I inhaled it. The cold slammed into the roof of my mouth. A jagged spike of brain freeze shattered my skull. I ground the metal spoon against my teeth. Scrape. Click. It was the only way to scream without making a sound. A tiny act of violence to vent the terror clawing at my throat. I grabbed the remote. Clicked the TV on. Volume down. Not mute. Just level 1. A whisper of static. I needed Vance to see it. I needed him to know my hearing was razor sharp. If he fixated on my ears, maybe he'd forget about my nose. He didn't move. I forced my breathing to even out. Think. I needed an exit strategy. Now. Every second of silence was a loaded gun pointed at my head. Suddenly, the doorbell rang. My heart slammed against my ribs. Someone was here. It didn't matter who. It was a variable. A disruption. I walked to the door. My legs felt heavy. Numb. Who is it? Maya. It's Kevin. Open up. My boss. I didn't hear footsteps behind me. But the air shifted. That thick, suffocating stench of sweat and incense began to fade. Retracting. The visitor scared him off. Vance was hiding. Chapter 4. Kevin. My manager. A predator in a cheap suit. Married. 2 kids. But that didn't stop him from hunting me. He looked at my white cane and saw a victim who couldn't fight back. He was relentless. Fingers tangling in my hair when he walked past my desk. The accidental brush of his groin against my hand. That time in the break room, his thick fingers sliding up my thigh, hooking the hem of my skirt. He even stalked me home once. Cornered me in the dark elevator. Forced his mouth on mine. I slapped him. Hard. He just sneered. You need this paycheck, Maya. Don't be ungrateful. But this morning, I flipped the script. I sent an email. Attached screenshots of his filthy texts. CC'd his boss. This was just a warning. Next time, I CC the whole company. So, he wasn't here for a hookup. He was here to beg for his career. But right now? He wasn't my abuser. He was my lifeline. Kevin. I threw the door open. I lunged at him. Wrapped my arms around his neck and buried my face in his chest. I missed you so much. What took you so long? I had never touched this man willingly. The thought made my skin crawl. But now? I clung to him like a drowning woman. He froze. Then, his hands settled on my waist. Maya? What's gotten into you? The gift, I pressed, my voice shaking. You said you brought me a gift. Where is it? Gift? He sounded confused. Yeah. It's in the car, isn't it? I wanted to grab his hand and run. Take me with you. But I couldn't. Vance was watching. Probably grinning. If I tried to leave, he'd slaughter us both right here in the doorway.